Okay, okay.
Yeah, so people,
but
so
just
people.
be angry. Just be angry and not happy without a plan. Hapana chinochinja.
Yeah, that's the thing. That is the thing. Like what I always talk now, Mr. Mawere, most people didn't know what actually happened. Like when I'm on the ground, I'm talking to people. I can tell to people, people don't know what really happened. They didn't know the ownership issues surrounding the mine and all that. So even the anger itself is somehow misplaced. People don't really understand much about the ownership, though they have this general anger, which the government let us down and all that.
Okay, okay. So 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 there's no plan in everybody's mind. What is mangwana? Zakuda or who are being hopeful for everything.
No, they're just hopeful that an investor will be found one day. Some, but others have come to realize that investors are only found some few years before elections, and after elections they don't come back.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
How
so
do
that's the.
how do you how do you get investors? I mean, with a law like the Reconstruction Act in place, how can somebody really, unless it's gonna be Victoria Mascot or my Chinese who don't really care about these laws, could a bona fide investor, and who are out funny these laws that are in place that can undermine my investment. How it's a joke, you know.
Exactly that kind of thing, and every investor does due diligence, obviously, before investing. So if one is to do due diligence paproperty pamassets akaita seaya Shabani Mashava mines zvinobva zvatofira ipapo.
Yeah, hapana kwazinoenda.
Yeah.
And then the world is a community now. Even when you want to try and market maasbestos hadiwa vanobva ipapo, and then kune vanhu vanonga vachitaura kuti aiwa company yakaita zvekutorwa zvisiri pamutemo, it's unconstitutional zvavakaita. Even mabuyers acho, do you think they will be happy, or they will be wanting to associate environment yakadaro?
Obviously they wouldn't want, and somehow it was foreseeable. I don't know why the government chose that path. It was foreseeable, but once you do things that way, once you expropriate, the consequences are clear. You can't quote an investor pa company yakatorwa that way. So it's a sad story.
Yeah.
It's a sad story.
Yeah.
You come to Shawan, it's a sad story. You go that side, the place looks so dilapidated. It used to be our pride,
Right.
But now it's something. It's something else.
It's an ISO.
Yeah, it's an ISO.
Yeah.
It's an ISO.
Yeah.
So are you part of the C2C?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Yes.
That's
with communities, you can always take the issues further rather than acting as an individual.
That's very true. That's very true. What is it that you can point at and say I benefited this from the time you become part of that community?
The main issue that I'm actually clear on now before is that communities are much better. Individuals, as an individual, actually, you can't say things further. There's a certain point that you reach, right? But if you want to accelerate issues, and like right now, and then you're going to speak to someone in indisciple, and that's how you get accelerated, right? So that's the main thing that I've done.
That's very true.
If you want to create awareness, or if you want to fulfill business ideas or whatever, it's either, even if you try the marketing route, you have to spend a lot of money just to bring in maybe 2 or 3 people into your corner.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. So, that's the main thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's really important, and you also one also gets to be exposed. You know, like I talked to Mr. Mdekunyo who Dallas. I'm in Shawani to Mr. Mawere who Joburg. You know, that kind of thing. Yeah, the levels of exposure will be different. No, but
exactly. Yeah, we meet different people and different experiences. Who maybe, like if you have a business idea, that another person has probably done the same thing before, and
yes.
They have found either they found the loopholes or they found shortcomings where you can learn from. Say, no, woman, anogona kutopa idea kuti ukaenda wakadai hauwini.
Yeah, but very true.
Without meeting that person, maybe the cost of doing business is higher. So
that's it.
So that's the reality that's there.
Yeah, and what's your line of profession, by the way?
I'm an electrical engineer.
Oh, okay. That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
An electrical engineer. That's great.
Yeah. So, yeah, but I'm yet to impart my knowledge to the community, but with time, I think it will happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have read the thread now, now Brian, on Zimri.
Yes, I read that thread. Yeah.
Yeah. What are the key areas that you think you can share?
The aspect of constitutional rights that were breached there. Number one. Then number two, the the violation of the Companies Act, and also the aspect of the minister, the aspect of not according the other part the time the right to be heard, like the issue of the investigator.
Okay, but if you look at the power of storytelling, how do you tell a story without being technical or legalistic? And how do you convert conversation in WhatsApp into a further step? So if you look at Zimri and the questions that are being asked, what are the questions and how would you introduce it? And who is to introduce it? So if I were to answer a conversation that I had with Brian, and today he was busy responding, and so I haven't had time to respond to all the issues that he had raised. And you see, I said, pick up a question and exhaust that question before you go to the next step. Don't go beyond the question. So the question was simply whether a specification order issued extrajudicially can have the effect of divesting and depriving a person, natural or artificial, stroke legal persona, of the rights that are entrenched in the Constitution. Or alternatively put, the question is whether a law that divests and deprives rights without the due process of the law can pass any constitutional muster. I said just put as yes or no. No, it only passes the constitutional muster to a limited degree. You see, once you say no, you are already precluded from saying yes. Yet the response by Brian is that it's a no, and say, but it only passes the constitutional muster to a limited degree. So what is divestment and depriving? And what is a specification order? And who issues it? And what is it meant to achieve? So that is the simple question. But then the questions that he then asks go beyond that circumference. I'm not too sure if there is a carry forward permitted by the new constitution of 2013 of matters bordering under it, but whose occurrence occurred prior to its adoption. A rape is rape, whether you have a constitution or not. You agree?
Yes, it is.
And what is the fundamental principle of constitutionalism?
Sorry?
I said, what is the fundamental principle of constitutionalism?
Equality before the law.
All right. So do you agree that one of the fundamental principles is consent?
Yes,
Li-
consent.
Liberty. So you can't take my car, just pick up the keys and drive off without my consent.
Very true.
And absent consent, now I'm taking your absent consent, your approval. What follows?
Anarchy.
That's theft. Is that correct?
Yes, that's theft.
So imagine I come and your wardrobe, I take your clothes. And the second case is where you give me the clothes voluntarily. Both results in you not having your clothes. Whether I take by consent or no consent. So under constitutionalism, whether it's the 2013 constitution or no other constitution, the fact is you took possession of someone's property without his consent.
Yeah, it's just theft.
So you pass a law to allow you to invade somebody's property. Does that pass the constitutional muster?
No, it doesn't.
Because for it to pass, then no one should be deprived or divested of his right to protect his rights and to benefit. And
The Constitution.
Hmm?
The Constitution is alive to that, right? That the rights of the individual has to be protected.
No, whether you have no constitution or you have constitution, a guy comes and borrows sex from you without your consent. What is that?
Yeah, that's I don't know about the equivalent they say here, but
It's called rape.
if somebody
it's
but
rape.
then they're not borrowing, are they? They won't be borrowing.
No, but that's why a thief is a borrower, except he doesn't have your consent. No, the result is you have sex, whether it's voluntary or not voluntary.
Yeah.
So I don't need a constitution. I need two parties. Yeah. So this Brian is asking which constitution, and I'm saying it doesn't matter what constitution it is.
Yeah, whether 2013, 2000, and what or whatever. Theft is theft.
Theft is theft. You can't say rape is not rape, that there was consent. The girl had a miniskirt and it was short enough and long enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can't borrow my clothes. You can't borrow my car without my knowledge and consent. Yeah. So that was the issue. That imagine I specify you in America. You know what specification is?
It's very. I'm thinking, what can I define it? are not help me there. I don't know how to define. I can visualize, but I can't really put it in words to say. If somebody specified, means they are deprived of their right to do something.
Yeah. So and Sharon, what would you say is
Specification is being declared. It's a declaration. The person is limited to transact on account of that person being suspected to be engaging in something which is illegal.
yeah.
Sort of being blacklisted.
So if you look at the Prevention of Corruption Act 916, what does it provide for? It provides for the act. There is an Act of Prevention of Corruption Act, and in that there's a provision that that then allows the government or the Minister of Home Affairs to provide for specification. And
Yes.
so the power, when the minister on reasonable grounds suspect that any person by theft, fraud, and other unlawful means has caused the misappropriation or a loss of property of the state, statutory body, local authority, or any other person, or has received property from the state, a statutory body, whether directly in contravention of any law, and it goes on, and the minister can then issue a specification order.
So it leaves. What about the specified person? Do they have a right to adjudication at that juncture? So as soon as they declare that order, that's it.
No, that's what then. Imagine you specify me to limit my freedom in relation to money. Let's take it as money. That you have money in your bank account. The specification order prohibits you from accessing your money. So it will show as a bank balance, a positive bank balance. The only difference is you can't access it.
Right.
Yeah. So that is depriving me of access. But it doesn't mean taking the asset away from me. So the asset remains.
Right.
Yeah.
But then I can't, since it's my asset, there's nothing. They're saying you can't act or do anything with that asset.
Yeah, you can't dispose of it. You can't deal with it. So that's what I was asking him. But that specification order is issued by the minister. But
That's where the problem.
yeah, but it can't have the effect of depriving me or divesting me,
No.
or while the asset is held by an investigator, then someone takes it under the Reconstruction Act.
Then someone what? I missed that part.
Then someone takes the very asset that is supposed to be protected while it's under protection.
Okay. Under the
Then, do you understand what I'm saying? The Zimri case, the company wanted to dilute a controlling shareholder or shareholders. The first step was to specify the person deemed to be in control. While the person is specified, then they say you don't have access to court.
Right.
So the person cuts your legs. And they say, why didn't you walk?
Right.
While your legs are cut, somebody goes and takes your car and say you are disabled.
Yeah.
And they dilute you, they take over control of the company. While you are still under specification.
Right.
Does that meet the constitutional test?
No, it doesn't.
You see, that is the question. So how best do you express it to somebody so that a person like Mudekunya becomes angry? Because so far you are not angry. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Mudekunya, do you understand now?
Yes.
So if you are not angry, then I have not communicated.
No, I think I am.
That your stories, I didn't know that I go to a court to benefit from the protection of the law. But I arrive in court,
Right.
the judge then sides with the thief or with the rapist and denies me
Yes.
audience on account of the fact that I was disabled by the same person who is taking my wife. So I want to take your wife. I lock you up first so that you can't challenge me.
Then that gives me access to come to my house without me being there.
Yeah, then I go to court, the guardian of constitutionalism. And then the judge says, too bad, you are disabled. So the court actually sides with the thief.
Right.
Did you know that?
Yes, I do that.
No, but in terms of a specific judgment, that this is what happened. And Sharon, did you know what you now know? Did you know it before?
I didn't know it before.
That's where the story is. That prior to joining C2C, I didn't know that actually a case exists.
Yeah.
that was litigated
Yeah.
15 years ago. And the presiding judge was Makarao, Rita Makarao,
Yes.
who bankrupted the promise of justice, that I go to court because the court is like a bank of justice. I arrive at the bank with a promissory note. Then I find the bank of justice bankrupt. What would I do? Imagine I'm there when you made a oasis, you couldn't find mvura. Then you get there, you find there's no water. And you are thirsty. Can you see the threat to constitutionalism
Yeah.
caused by the courts, not by the perpetrator?
By the courts which are supposed to uphold same constitutionalism.
That's right. Who have a duty.
What about if the perpetrator is big with the
Hello?
No, I was asking if the perpetrator was linked to the interest of the court.
No. I'm saying just you are just recording a story.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that the link is an allegation now you are making. Or you are saying, I did go to court based on the promise of constitutionalism. And what I then find is that the judge says I'm disabled when the court is supposed to enable me. The court is supposed to give life to the promise of constitutionalism. If you knew this about this judge, and the judge has since been promoted, she's now a constitutional court judge, do you have a reason to worry about your rights yourself?
Yes.
And you go to court knowing this judgment, and you see there presiding over another case. What would you, what would you need to? Yeah, what would you do now that you know that this judge can actually give life to the rights of a thief?
Right.
What would you do?
As an individual,
Yeah.
it's to raise awareness because.
And how do you raise awareness? So imagine Sharon when he read that. What did you do after reading the thread, Sharon?
Sharon sent it in another one.
Yeah.
What?
When you read the thread with Brian, what did you do?
After reading the case.
The thread, yeah. On WhatsApp, what did you do with that thread?
Oh, I shared it with some people.
That's all you can do. And if If you are an active citizen, all you do is, guys, please find below a thread in relation to this judgment. And this is the judgment that I'm attaching for your information. But at the core of this dispute is the following, which you then set out as facts. That Zimri is and was a listed company on the Zimbabwean Stock Exchange. And a stock exchange is a platform for buyers and sellers of securities or shares to trade. So you can buy and sell. And the stock exchange is a community of these actors, brokers, and admin, and also those who list shares and those who buy shares. So it plays a vital part in any society. So the duty to protect investors is vested in the stock exchange and other regulatory authorities. In this specific issue, Zimri had two shareholders, one called UKI, Okubambana Kubatana Investments, and Angel Properties, who together owned or held more than 40% and constituted the largest shareholding in Zimri.
Yes.
And the company's management proceeded to convene an extraordinary general meeting for the purpose of restructuring the capital structure of the company by way of a rights issue. And for this resolution to pass, it is a special resolution, which means the company needed 75% of the votes by shareholders holding shares in the company. So between UKI and the Angel, they held a veto power. So nothing could pass without these two.
Nothing else. Because they didn't have, they only had 60%, so 15% they didn't have.
Yeah, 25%, yeah.
Huh?
Which one?
I said the two companies had 40%.
Yeah.
More than 40%.
Yeah. So they
5%.
Yeah.
So it was a non-starter. They couldn't do anything.
They couldn't do anything without the consent of UKI and Angel.
So they rapped.
No, so instead of getting the consent, then they said Zimri itself is under reconstruction. And therefore the control and direction of the company was vested in the administrator, not the company's directors, arguing that the effect of the reconstruction order was to divest and deprive shareholders of Zimri, including those who were not UKI and Angel, of any right to vote at the meeting. So once you have excluded by law, then it means already that choice is gone. So your power to block was taken away by force of law. So precluding you from even making a choice. And those are the facts. So the administrator then sought the leave of court to intervene to be joined in the proceedings, arguing that the shareholders of Zimri, UK, being UKI and Engirite, their rights effectively have been divested from them and could not vote.
Yeah.
So by admitting the administrator as a party to the proceedings, the court not only recognized that theft, but gave it life, enforced it by denying the shareholders of the company the right to exercise their rights in relation to the company. So the court effectively prevented the bona fide shareholders from exercising their rights. This is the court of law. You come to court to pray for justice, and you arrive at the court denies you that, arguing that the person who deposed to an affidavit is a specified person. And as such, any court papers that were presented to court lack validity. And therefore, the rights of the shareholders perish by a court order saying that this deponent is disabled, legally disabled. So the government disables you, comes to court to benefit from disabling you. And the court is not just a cheerleader. Yeah, that's acquiescence. Acquiescence. So, do you understand? Yeah. So, is it getting to anger level?
Yeah, I'm sure it's getting there.
Yeah. So if we can articulate that problem, that this is what happened, these are the facts. I go to court holding shares, I leave court with no shares. We go to court married, I leave court with no wife.
when the court is supposed to protect.
Yeah, you're right.
And it happens in the last resort.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Why do you call it unfortunate? Now I'm doing is that English? Unfortunate. Huh?
That's irimoga dictionary, unfortunately.
Yeah, imagine someone rapes your wife and he says it's unfortunate.
You should be angry, right? That it doesn't
Yeah,
sound sympathetic.
yeah, it's more than that. It's actually more than that.
It doesn't sound sympathetic.
Yeah. There's no no. There's nothing to do with sympathy. Imagine your wife is a
No. But if your wife is raping, it's so unfortunate.
What are you saying when you say it's unfortunate? It could be fortunate, but this is unfortunate. Yeah? That is it. That is the language in Zimbabwe now. It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Imagine I get an order of court to rape your wife. And you find me at home with your wife. Then you say, mate, what are you doing here? Says, my friend, I got a court order. Huh?
To take my wife.
To have sex with your wife. Then I'll call the judge. Yeah, my friend, she's your wife, but you can't get access to her.
My way.
Yeah. And this judge, this very judge is the one who is get promoted to become a custodian of constitutionalism.
What kind of a country is that?
Yeah. No, it's not what kind of a country. It already exists.
I know. I'm just saying, what kind of a country are we living in?
That's it.
And I believe there's not more cases that judge has raised.
Yeah. So, what kind of confidence would you have that if you are injured and you wanted protection of the law, that you'll be protected? So,
militias.
Oh, okay.
Very anti-government, one of the government that is to protect my rights out. Those are so
vangada to kidnapa a governor of Michigan, my friend. So you understand, Sharon? Sharon, do you understand? Yeah? Do you understand? Do you understand the? Yeah. Then iwe wapa order kuti usabata mukadzi uyu. No, but sisi vake ndo vanatobata. Sisi vake, the fact that sisi ndo vakaita mhosva, it means iwewe munin'ina watova mhosvawo.
Yes.
That's guilty by association.
Yeah. Then you ask Brian, good Brian, does this pass constitutional master? Says no, but to a limited extent. Wouldn't you find that strange that you are in C2C where you are supposed to have a shared understanding? And being in that group, you are saying we're trying to learn what is right, what is wrong. And anything that doesn't enjoy the consent of another party is deemed to be unconstitutional.
Yeah.
Because the rights.
I have to go.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, I have to go now.
All right.
Okay, Darren, nice meeting you, man. Hope we will talk again.
Thanks, Mr. Mdekunya. Let's continue engaging.
Right, okay, thank you. All right.
Okay, thanks. So, Mr. Sharon Maibataga.
Yeah, Ndaibat.
Yeah. So the idea is to the idea is to present it in a manner that is clear and lucid.
Yeah.
All right, Mkwama Simba, how are you?
I'm good, Mr. Mawere. How are you, Mr. Mawere?
Hey, not too bad.
That's good.
I got Mr. Sharon in Shavani.
Hi, Mr. Shirin. How are you? And how's Shawan? I'm very fine, Kuma Masimba. Shawan is fine, just hot. Yeah. That's good. Yeah. How are you over there? So. Just pulling my wagon, trying my best to change my life. That's great. Yes, baby steps. That's great. Yeah, what's on the agenda?
No, we're just talking about the Zimri judgment and and getting Sharon, who has read the conversation with another member of C2C. And he was going through the storytelling side. And how do you convert a judgment into a conversation? So having read the judgment, how do you then speak to it as part of community building? So this matter is a simple matter involving a company called Zimri Holdings. It so happened that at the time of reconstruction, Zimri was owned by two companies, one called THZ, Zimbabwe, and one called Angurite, and one called UKI, Ukubambana Batana Investments. And the two shares were held by a UK company. The two companies were a subsidiary of a UK company called THZ that held 100% in Angurite, and Angurite owned 75% of Ukubambana. And both Angurite and UKI were registered in Zimbabwe.
Okay.
And Zimri was quoted on the Zimbabwe Stock Exchange, where it's still quoted. And Angurite and UKI held 24.32% and 22.23% for a total of 46.55% of Zimri. So the company was deemed to be a Mawere-controlled company because THZ, the shareholder, was a company registered in the UK, which in turn was owned by Africa Resources Limited.
Okay.
And therefore, under the Reconstruction Act, any company that was deemed to be related to Mawere was deemed to be under reconstruction. So although the Reconstruction Act and Reconstruction Order related to the affairs of SMM as a company, it also provided that any company related to Mawele is automatically called an associate. And that's what found Zimri. So for Zimri, they wanted to remove any link with Mawere. That is now the government. The government then proceeded to orchestrate what they call a rights issue. You know what a rights issue is?
A rights issue.
Yeah.
I remember doing accounting. I see a kutenga mpashezeri.
Yeah, and my rights to subscribe to the new shareholding are limited to existing shareholders. So you are issuing shares to the existing to take up their rights. If they don't take up their rights, it means they'll be diluted. So somebody will then take over control. So it's a way of taking you as a husband or wife, if you are a wife, to make you a prostitute. So to remove you from marriage without your consent. So they then had this rights issue. And for it to pass as a resolution at an extraordinary general meeting of shareholders, they knew they needed a minimum of 75% shareholders to vote in favor. So they knew the two companies that were deemed to be Mawere were in control. So the only way to dilute the control was to have a rights issue while Mawere is specified and the company SMM is under reconstruction. So the company is listed on the stock exchange. And one would expect the stock exchange to protect investors. So the matter went to court. And you know who was representing the Zimbabwe Stock Exchange?
Who was representing?
A guy called Tendai Biti.
Okay.
Before he became minister. But at the time he was a member of parliament. So that is the case.
Yeah.
So I asked the question to Brian, just a simple question of whether the facts of this matter offend constitutionalism and rule of law or not. And you have a shareholder who owns 46% shares, who then is denied the right to block this dilution or the loss of control by the operation of a law called the Reconstruction Act. The first thing is, Mkoa Masimba, did you know of this issue?
I have an idea about it.
All right. When did you become aware of it?
I saw it on the Twitter handle.
All right, imagine after you see it on Twitter that somebody borrowed sex from your sister without your consent. But there was a law that says if this man comes to you and wants sex, just give it to him. And you go to court, the court says it's okay. What would you do?
Yeah. Vakaipa, vakaoma. Pane udzvanyiriri.
Nashereni, ungati unoda kutaura mukoma hanzi pano udzvanyiriri. Udzvanyirirewo. Imagine, just take this. This is your sister.
Yeah.
And you hear your sister was forced to have sex because it was directed to do so. What would you say? Kudzvanyirira?
It's more than that. Chibinya.
Chibaro.
Wouldn't you take a gun and tell everybody that I didn't know this about Zimbabwe? That the judge who presided over this matter, do you know who it is? Mkoma Masimba.
Who's that judge? What got this one?
Anonzi Rita Makarau.
Rita Makarau again.
Makarau, she's now the Constitutional Court judge. Would you feel safe if you were Chamisa and you go to court to challenge the election of the president and you see Rita Makarau in front of you as a judge?
Yeah.
And knowing this judgment, how many people know that Rita Makarau was the author of this judgment?
Not many.
How many people know that she's the same person who has since been promoted to the highest court in the land? Nigeria, did you know that? You studied law, did you know that?
Yeah, I know that she was promoted to the Concord. I even was the.
But imagine you now know this. What would you do?
Yeah, just to pass the information to others.
No, you'll be part of the community. No, you'll be part of the community organizer, not just pass. To say, guys, listen to this conversation.
Yeah.
And tell me if you feel safe in Zimbabwe. Knowing that this judge.
Yeah, exactly.
And knowing that Tendai Biti was a minister and is a vice chairman of MDC, and he has never spoken about this since 2005, March 2005. Would you feel safe?
No. Certainly not.
So isn't it a cause that Tendai Biti must come to Mkoma Masimba? Yeah?
That makes sense, Mr. Mary. That would be good.
Ah. No. Hamsani maitaura kakesi yacho. Anogoya achizwa kuti mamuzive here. Haisi diki diki ka, but takukandira judgment Mkoma Masimba muverenga thread. Mouya maka amuri jinja makabata mapepa. Makatsa mune mafacts. haikona kuya kudariro musina kuprepare for war.
Yes.
Because if it makes you angry, this is true, this judgment exists, then if it exists, who are the parties? Then say, I am now getting deeper on Zimbabwe's problem. So picture man to me and Yanu. Are you sure that that's the Rita?
Yes, there's even a video clip. She was explaining why Akapugamira Mugabe. SMG video clip.
Imurguti Rita Makarau exposed by Mubukure Benz. Bukure Benz on Rita Makarau. Who is Rita Makarau? She's a constitutional court judge. And she's also the author of this judgment. And I want people to read this judgment. Yeah?
You should send me that picture Mkoma Masimba is talking about.
Yeah, I'll send you now. So I see Baba tapeza na mawere.
Tapeza na mawere baba magari tuma taita.
Taita.
Who's next? Next is Nimakamba. Who's going to get him sorted?
So mkwa mazimba maona motumira kunani? Motumira kuna motumira una maponga. With maponga, I'm going to have a show on this. I want you to read this judgment. Because I want to talk to you. Yeah? But Maguita Munomda is a Murimeka. That's it. I will send you the write up my conversation with one person in the group, in the C2C group. And then I'll send you the judgment as well. Then you forward it to Maponga. Maponga, this judgment was provoked by you. Because you say you know Mawere. Yeah. Is that correct?
Yes, correct.
Correct. So I think is that so? Let me just surprise General Olomisa.
Okay.
And it is no answer.
Olomisa, who's Olomisa?
He was the former head of the. Hey, good evening.
Well, how are you?
How are you? Are you alive and well with COVID?
No, I'm fine, man. I don't belong to that category.
I got two gentlemen, one in Zimbabwe, one in Australia. The one says, I don't know who General Bandi Olomisa is. And how old are you, Mkwama Simba?
I was born in 1983.
You're born in 83. And
yes. That's a kid, man. You can't talk to kids. Those are children.
Yeah. And
I'm like Julius Malema. How are you, comrade?
How are you?
No.
I mean, I will write for it.
No, this is the president of a party called UDM.
Yes, UDM. UDM.
Yeah.
I remember him now.
Yeah, and he
Yes,
was
I remember him.
he was
from
the
Aubrey Masango show.
oh, you remember from Aubrey Masango?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yes, I remember him.
General, how many years have you been in Parliament?
Since 19. Remember, I was there
As a NC.
94 to 96.
Yeah.
Yes, and then came back in 99 up to date.
So he's one of the longest serving MPs.
Yes, yes.
Beautiful.
So yesterday,
South Africa.
go ahead.
Quiet.
That is in South Africa.
Yeah, he's in South Africa.
I'm in Australia. Yeah, but he's in South Africa, Pandro Rumisa.
Oh, okay.
Yes, he's a member of parliament for UDM. He's the president of UDM.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Wow, that's great. What are you doing in Australia?
As you know, I'm a Zimbabwean. That answers a lot. There's nothing wrong with Zimbabwe.
These cowards, you are all over the world. You must go back and
You are all over the world. Yeah, I'm on my way back. I'm fighting from outside now.
No, go back. Mnangagwa must be called to order. Then we tell him, hey, listen, either you resign or we detain you.
Yeah, but now Mnangagwa is friends with your Ramaphosa there. They are the original friends. Yeah.
Yes, in a long history.
Yes, long history.
Yeah. So, Maweri, how are you?
I'm fine, General. When the general is in the trenches, the battle is lost.
Are you still living in South Africa, or you ran away?
I took South African citizenship in the hope that we will increase the Africa in the South Africa.
No, you can't. You don't qualify for citizenship. Yeah, I must investigate that.
No, General. General, I was looking for you to get votes from the Zimbabwean community here. You know how big the South African population is in Zimbabwe?
Yes, there are many.
It's about 20% of the population. So until we increase the Zimbabwean population to 20% of South Africa, then
I can be a president.
I thought
I think you are introducing what I would call a generally corrupt relationship.
hey, you know, today I saw Kenny Kunene with Patriotic Front. So I said the Patriotic Alliance. I said the alliance of patriots. Who is a patriot? Says Mawere, I am the patriot. I said, yeah, please, Kenny. There are a lot of people from Africa after COVID. They are told they are foreigners. But if my name was Ian Smith, I would be called a good South African. But because you are called Mawere, then you are not a patriot. So
they are still suffering from a slave mentality syndrome.
No, you know, Masimba called me last week. He says today is Nigerian independence. I've just read what Malema said on his tweet. And what did Malema say?
You are saying our Independence Day, we are Nigeria, Africa is Nigeria.
I was touched.
You are speaking on behalf of Nigerians. I was like, Malema, what is that? In your EFF, there's no Nigerian there. What are you talking about? Then I said, I'm ready to meet this guy, Julius Malema. I want to make him straight.
Well, you are in the same age group, so you can go and sort out your mess.
I'm looking for this guy, Malema, but he's running away from me.
No, you kids, you must go and play. When you have when you are tired, come to us. We'll advise.
Mawere will tell you, at the moment, I'm acting insane. I'm the insane Zimbabwe. So it's insane versus Juju. And I'll defeat him. That'll be a good show, General. Yeah, because he challenged the Zimbabwean youth. Where are you? I'm here, Malema. I want to talk to him on the streets of Melbourne. Yeah, and I will remove my teeth. I will come with no teeth there. And I will look like a Nyaope guy, and I will make him straight, like it's a Nyaope guy.
Yeah, well, guys, I'm flying early tomorrow.
All right. So thank you, General.
Otherwise, thanks very much. I've got a early flight to Eastern Cape from Victoria, from Joburg.
Okay, no problem.
General, what's your Twitter? I want to tweet you. What's your Twitter? Is it Bantu Olomiso?
Yeah, at Bantu Olomiso.
Okay, I'm gonna tweet you, and I'll say, General, please pass my message to Malema. I'm looking for him.
You can't send a general to.
Just a tweet. Just a tweet.
We're still nurturing.
Okay,
guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, man. Thanks. Bye.
Hello. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to
Wakura. Ndiakaita kudita in Transkei.
You know what?
In Transkei, he removed Matanzima. Yep. So read about Olomisa.
Around Olomisa.
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah. So he's the president of UTM. Yeah.
Okay.
So are we together there?
Yes.
Yes.
So
Yes.
So I think once we read the judgment, then you are able to apply your mind.
Yeah.
Is that in order?
So like the judgment, then I'll.
Yeah. So I'm saying is like now you got Bandu Olomisa. That's the guy. This guy wanted to talk to. You remember
He was what?
Ngoma Ziba was Scala wanted to talk to him. So what we want is from Ngoma Simba to improve his content. So his questions are sharp. If we bring the general, he can then come on the show in an organized way we are talking. Because right now, so we just ambushed him. Huh?
Yep, I can see the light. I can see where we are going.
Yeah. So we need to
This
go.
1 to testing. Yes.
Yeah. We need to come and Simba to now have the language of what. So when we bring somebody, he's sharp and to the point, because you can give a different aspect to the judgment. Makarau BT, is this the same BT who is blind to justice? You know what Martin Luther King said? Yeah, do you remember that?
What did he say? What did he say?
Martin Luther King. Do you know it, Sharon?
No.
This is the promissory note. Promissory note. And the promissory note of freedom. This is a promissory note of justice. and you need to, yeah, it says,
I have a dream.
yeah, the promissory note and the bank of justice. In a sense, we have come to our nation's capital to cash a check. So I go to court to cash a check. When the architects of our republic wrote the magnificent words of the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence, they were signing a promissory note to which every American was to fall heir. The note, do you see how powerful it is? Let me just get the full one. The note was a promise that all men would be guaranteed the inalienable right of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It is obvious that America has defaulted on this promissory note insofar as citizens of color are concerned. Instead of honoring this sacred obligation, America has given the Negro people a bad check, which has come back marked insufficient funds. But we refuse to believe that the Bank of Justice is bankrupt. We refuse to believe that there are insufficient funds in the great vault of opportunity of this nation. So we have come to cash this check, a check that will give us, upon demand, the riches of freedom and the security of justice. We have also come to this hallowed spot to remind America of the fierce agency of now. There is no time to engage in the luxury of cooling off or to take the tranquilizing drug of gradualism. Now it is time to rise from the dark and desolate valley of segregation to the sunlight path of racial justice. Now is the time the doors of opportunity to all of God's children. Now is the time to lift our nation. So imagine you go before Makarao to cash a check, and Makarao says insufficient funds, and the check bounces. What would you do?
What's happening with the connection?
I don't know. I think it was.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah, send it.
so Sharon, that's the bank of the promissory note and the bank of justice. You go to Makarao
Okay.
to benefit from the protection of the law. And what does she do? She closes the door of justice, throws the keys away.
Yes.
Yeah? So that's the drama in Zimbabwe.
Yeah. Akataura mkomana we, akataura mungu.
Yeah.
You know how old he was when he said that?
How old was he?
He died at the age of 39. So you do your match.
Oh, he died at the age of 39.
Yeah.
He achieved a lot, though.
He didn't achieve a lot. He just left words. So Mkwama Simba, that's what I was saying to Samaita. When you leave, when you are gone, they say there lies a man who tried to be the conscience of the nation. Some people thought he was Ibenzi, only to discover that in him there is a promise of that which independence was meant to be. But he comes here closed as Benzi to bring home the point that never again shall we have judges who are bankrupt in administering justice. That the Bank of Justice is bankrupt. Bankrupted by the people who are supposed to deliver it. Imagine you go to a bank and the bank says insufficient funds, and you put your money in the bank to store it, to secure it. How would you feel being told there's no money? You go to an ATM, it says, the message says insufficient funds. Yeah. So I think that's so let's read it and then regroup when you have read it so that you are, then you send it to Maponga. You say, Maponga, I want to discuss with you this. Maponga says it was a personal issue. Is that correct?
Maponga, he made allegations.
Yeah.
And after he realized he made a mistake, he apologized, but he did not withdraw his words.
No, what did he apologize for? What mistake do you think?
A fugitive.
No,
a fugitive.
No, he says, with your consent, he says Mawere is a friend of the president, was a friend of ZANU-PF.
Money.
Yeah. He says he knows everything about Mawere. Don't teach him. So ask him whether he knows about this judgment. Says he knows everything about me. And what does he have to say about this judgment if he knows Mawere? You didn't know about it. Now you're only getting to know it now. So Mapunga, when you spoke, did you know of this judgment? Dated 2005. And read it and tell me. I don't want to talk about Guyaneanda, where there's no paperwork. Huh? I want to talk about this and tell me this is a white judgment. And what happens when your rights are divested and deprived of you in court, not outside the court. You'd go to court to cash a check and you're told it's a bad check because there is no money in the bank. Hmm?
Yes.
Yeah. So let's speak truth to power, not to talk in the abstract, in Wonderland. So when we're getting deeper, we're not childs, we're not infants. So if somebody says a statement, you must back with facts. You don't apologize for saying somebody is mad, is sick, is mentally deranged. Yeah. If you say I'm sick, then tell me. When did I become your patient? But you can't go around and tell people that they're sick, they are this, they are that, and I want to work with you, Masimba. I want to work with you. But you don't know who I am. Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. And Kudakwashe, she wants to talk to me privately so that I can justify why she should join C2C. What kind of nonsense is that? Sharon, did I ever tell you to say join C2C because of me?
What?
That I told you to join C2C because of me. That once you join, then you expect me to be your babysitter.
No, you never told me that. Actually, I saw some of the threads which even prove otherwise. That C2C is not about you. It's about a community.
But she's saying that no, Mawere is dangerous, and what's his name, Signor? They say Mawere is dangerous, and he's trying to take $30 from people. From what you have seen so far since you started, have you benefited from my time more than $30 worth?
You've wasted your time. It's far much worse than that.
But what you have benefited, can I take it back?
Certainly not. Certainly not.
But some people say $30, what for? What am I paying for? Even to read the judgment, to read Martin Luther King, how powerful. Those words never die, you know that.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true. They never die.
That's why we can get them
breaking
today.
a judgment like that, breaking down a judgment like that, as for me, I benefited a lot, and I'm still benefiting, and I can't equate that to $30, of course.
But you did law.
Yes, I did law, but I'm benefiting, and yeah, I'm benefiting, and it's gonna help me for my, even when I write my bar, I'm getting better insight.
But your sister-in-law, what did she say?
Oh, she said she said you end up understanding the law, even if you're a lay person.
Like Mkoba Masim.
Like for me, I'm really benefiting Nkoma Masimba. I studied law, but the kind of insight that I get from Mr. Mawere, the way he analyzes judgments, he's helping me a lot. And I'm just fortunate that I've known him before I sit for my bar. He breaks a case, he breaks down a case, then I ask myself, if I were to sit for the bar without having this kind of insight, would I make it?
So, my Baba, I want to ask you, do you have Facebook, internet access?
Myself?
Yep.
Yes, I'm on Facebook. I'm God knows Mapundu Sharon on Facebook.
Okay, I'll send you a message. Then, what about you accessing internet? Where am I saying?
Yeah, I do access internet. I have Wi-Fi at home, though the charges are now exorbitant. So at times I can be, my availability can be erratic for maybe a week or so, but here and there. But most of the times I'm always available, especially in the evenings.
I would like to have a show with you about this judgment. How is that?
Yeah, I would appreciate.
I'll be learning a lot, especially from your side as a lawyer. What is it? Are you a lawyer or a law student?
I'm a lawyer who's here to write the bar, so classify me as a law student for now.
That's good. That's good. Nakusenda message ku inbox wako. Ukoma Masimba.
Okay. I'll
So if you finished researching about this statement, are you ready for the show?
Anytime from day after tomorrow, I'll be ready because I'm still going through the judgment and the threads again. You know So anytime from tomorrow, I'll be ready for the show.
But what you need is also Maponga.
Yes, Maponga, don't give me a message.
Yeah. So I'm saying because the moment you treat it as legal, then it becomes a complex.
No, it's gonna be an answer to Maponga.
No. I'm saying what is the question? Is it a legal question or a human question?
It's a human question.
And what is that question? What do you want to establish? So that then we determine whether, because the right to be angry is not legal, you know that?
Yes.
Anyone can be outraged.
I'm targeting Makarau here. Right?
No, you are targeting, let's say you target the Bank of Justice.
Yep.
Is it bankrupt or not?
Yes.
And you have Makarau as a case study. Because it's not the only one.
Yes.
So you are testing Benzi's test whether Zimbabwe is safe. So what is the question that we want to have a conversation on? So if Maponga says, what do you want me for? What is in this judgment that connects me to the show I had with Mawere? What would you say?
I would say Mawere, like you, Maponga, you thought you know Mawere. This is Mawere now.
No. You're saying there was an issue. What is the way forward for Zimbabwe? The Zimbabwe I want. And then that was the show. And he says, the issue Yamawere is a political issue. I have a judgment which shows that this issue involved UK companies, involves a judgment. I only became aware of it after your show with Mawere. Just to show that there's no word called ZANU-PF in the judgment. Is that correct? And Mawere signed an affidavit in support of a company's application. The person whose rights were involved was denied access based on the person who signed. So the messenger is the one who killed the sender's voice, the sender's rights. And the judge argued, if Mawere is disabled, then it's incurable. Yeah. So, so your version, you may not be aware of this judgment. So I wanted to go through with you and Mawere on this judgment so that we dig deeper. I will ask the question. That will be part 2. then we create a community of people like Sharon who want to learn and be relevant to society. Because there are many lawyers who come and use legal jargon without breaking this judgment. So we want mapenzi like as arichisiri bhuku rebenzi asikuti bhuku remapenzi. So we want that. Let mapenzi negotiate a bit in their own community. Let mapenzi be provoked to create their own communities where these judgments can be analyzed. You may want a judgment, Yamnangagwa, a judgment, Yachamisa, a series of raising awareness about the Bank of Justice.
Yeah, that can be good.
So that we learn from different texts, from different judgments. Yeah. Since there's a dispute, Maponga says, I can't withdraw anything I've said because that's what I have. Why can't Maponga be in Wikipedia himself? Talking about what he didn't know. He called me yesterday and we couldn't go any further because at the back of his mind, he knows what he doesn't know. Yeah. And yesterday, your show was what? About superstition, suspicion. Yeah? Mawere, he doesn't want to engage me. I want to fight him. I want to undress him. Then I speak to Kulakwashe yesterday, whatever her name is, outside this, the day before, she was begging for me to talk to her. Then when I couldn't talk to her, she takes it on me. Now, if I had spoken to her, I would be a good person. But I got 24 hours and she wants to penalize me for that. How do you build a nation with that kind of mindset? Why are you paying $30? What is that? Why should Mawere be involved? What has that got to do with it? I've never said C2C is Mawere's account. But as far as she's concerned, Senior is concerned, C2C is the person of Mawere. Zimbabwe is the person of Mnangagwa. Do you think we can go far? When did you last see Mnangagwa on picture? Sharon, have you ever seen the president on the picture?
On the what?
Picture.
Yeah, of course.
How many eyes does he have?
There's two eyes.
Or did you see? No, are you sure it's 2 eyes?
Yeah.
What if it's the 5 eyes?
I wouldn't know that much. I just work with what I see on the picture.
Do you think he lives in the same time zone we live in? With 24 hours?
Yeah.
Is he human?
Yeah, he's human.
Are you sure?
Yes, he's human.
Mkwama Zimba, is he human?
Yes, he's human.
Who told you? And how many people expect him to know everything?
I used to expect him to know everything. I used to blame him too.
Yeah.
For my problems.
That's right. So let's take it to Bishop Maponga. What I don't know, I don't know. So let's let's learn to read Mkwama Simba and then we raise literacy rather than condemn it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So we can read it together if you are tired of being serious.
Yeah, let's read it together. I'm ready.
Yeah. No, I'm saying is you can go through the thread first so that you can develop
Yep.
your own thinking, and then from there you now have because I know you're a good reader, so you can see what the arguments are. Then we just pick one point, and then we work on it. Then use the judgment as a guide, and use Martin Luther King. And you've understood what Martin Luther King was saying.
Yep. Bank of Justice. Baba. Yeah, that was a weird guy.
And Sharon, have you understood what he meant?
Yes. Yes. The promissory note.
What did he mean?
In the Bank of Justice. Yeah.
What did he mean?
That when one is going to the court to see justice, to seek justice, the person is supposed to be guaranteed of that justice. The person should get that justice. That's what he's saying in short.
What if I said it's not what he said? What is not what he's saying?
Okay, I think in my own words, basically what you are saying is United States of America.
Yeah.
All men are created equally. So United States, you have defrauded the promissory note on the citizens by like you're saying, the justice system has been captured.
No, he's saying when you declared independence, it was based on certain values and certain beliefs. And the key belief was that we are all created equal and endowed by the Creator with rights, life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. So it's a sacred covenant between the people. That equality is supposed to be protected by the government. And so 100 years later, after the proclamation of emancipation that blacks are free and they have the same rights as anybody else as equal citizens, nothing has changed. The blacks, every time they go to the bank to cash that promise, that check, they find that the bank has no sufficient funds to honor the promise. But if you are white or a member of ZANU-PF who is in good books with the people in charge, then they will honor the check. Yeah. So when you look at the time of Martin Luther King and this seamstress, Rosa Parks, she goes into a bus and she sees a seat not occupied, and she decides to sit there. But that was a reserved place for whites. And he was saying, how can this absurdity be alive 100 years after this emancipation and more years since the declaration? So that's what he was saying, that this is 2005, and 2005 minus 1980. How many years is that?
2005 minus 1980. We're looking at about 25 years.
Yeah. So 25 years after independence, one goes to court with this check and arrives at court. Then the judge throws the keys away outside and takes you outside the court. And tell you you have no right of audience in a court of law where you must be able to cash the check, the promise of justice. And the judge who has since been promoted is the one who was presiding over that. Can you see the irony and the similarity?
Yep.
So you are now
Yes.
speaking to this promise and the bounce check against the background of 25 years of independence. So how was the door closed? Sharon, you know how it was closed? You know how it was closed, that she closed the door. And you know how that was expressed in the judgment? That because it's Mawere who signed the affidavit, then the promise of justice cannot be honored. But it shouldn't matter who signs. If it's a company, it's represented by directors. Because the company has no voice, does not exist. It's like a country, like ZANU-PF, like a government. So when you go to court as a company, who represents the company? Somebody authorized by the company.
Yes.
So you are not speaking on your behalf. You are speaking on behalf of a company. So the rights, the one who is litigating is the company, not its representatives. So the president of Zimbabwe is only president in his representative capacity. Not in his natural person. But the judge says, because Mawere is specified, the person who is a litigant, who is a party, his rights must vanish. Do you know how significant that is?
Yeah.
Yeah? Anything that is associated with Mawere is deemed to be under attack. Although there's no reconstruction order.
My question to him, what made someone to do that? Was it a personal thing, or they invited you to do something and you refused? Or they wanted the political favor?
No, but you are now being superstitious. Eh?
No, I'm just asking, what really...
The fact that you didn't know about it, is that not the biggest crime?
That is the biggest crime.
Yeah. So don't worry about the evil that others do. Yeah. So somebody says, Mawere nyatsotaura nyaya yako. He is not interested in reading the judgment, but he's saying nyatsotaura nyaya yako. What is nyaya yangu? The judgment is there. It doesn't say Mawere nyaya yako. It talks of a law. That law is a Zimbabwean law. And somebody would then say it's personal. Yeah? So is he accusing Makarao of being what? Or being personal? Or being a puppet? Or a stooge? Yeah? So this guy Mudzingwa, Tawashka, yeah. So I'm saying you're asking a valid question. But if you don't know anything, wouldn't you want to know first?
Of course, I need to know first. Then after knowing first, we go next step.
Yeah. But if you ask me to import myself into the minds of other people, when you are fully entitled to say, see, we write the president that we have facts arising from a judgment that we're reviewing as a community. And we wanted the president, as a president, she has to tell us, what do you think about this? Don't you think that would be a good start?
That would be a good start.
Yeah?
That would be a good start.
Yeah. But you are asking the victim, Jesus, why were you killed? When you know he is dead already. Yeah. So the fact is, was he killed? Yes. Was the law applied in respect of Zimri? Yes. So the question is, how can the sins of the father be the sins of the son? Huh?
Yeah. How can the sins of the father be the sins of the son?
Yeah.
Zimri being the son of SMM.
No, there's Mkwama Simba. SMM was not a shareholder of Zimri.
Yeah, but it was a relationship with Mawere. Zimri had a relationship with Mawere.
No,
So anything that belongs.
Mawere is a man of flesh. So if people are related, you don't relate them by imagining the relationship. You can't say Zimri has its own shareholders. Read the judgment. Did they say Mawere was a shareholder of Zimri? No.
No, it had two main shareholders, right?
Yeah.
TN or TH. And these two shareholders, they were registered again from UK. Zimri was registered in Zimbabwe. The shareholders were two companies.
Yeah.
Right? TH or TN.
No, Angel right.
And the
Okubambana.
the other one in a keyword.
UKI.
Right?
Is that Mawere?
And this way, no, that was Africa Resources Limited now.
No, there's no way the Africa Resources there.
I'm aware.
No, I was just giving you extra information, but the shareholder concerned is THZ. That is the company that had two subsidiary companies in Zimbabwe. One owned 100%, the other one owned 75%. Those are the two. Do you see Mawere there as a shareholder?
No.
So how then can you say it's Mawere company? Hmm? How can Mapunga say it's Mawere? Yeah. But because they say Mawere is the godfather, then anything that smells Mawere must be taken. When the law says each company is a person, Mawere, you were part of the clan. That's what another person says. No, Mawere, you are here today. You are not politician, or are you? Where is that coming from? You see, Mzingwa is fighting his own. He doesn't want to read anything. What clan? Did you see any word in the judgment called a clan? What is a clan in law? Have you ever heard that called clan? You are guilty as a clan. Huh? Huh? So, Mr. Mzingwa, say something that is sensible. Then he's saying that Mawere, you are part of a clan. Yes, Mawere is not my name. It's a shared name. It's a surname.
Mr. Mzingo, why don't you join? There's a link there.
No, he wants the same tactics. That he doesn't want to talk to facts. He doesn't want to admit. That's where the problem is. He wants, yeah. It's like Mapunga. When you respond, he says it's personal. When he's attacking you, it's national.
Yep.
Huh?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So why can't we live in a country where the person who attacks must prove? I meant you were part of this group. Which party? How does he join me in a party? Yeah? So I am now Mzingwa. What if I was in a group, I'm trying to go on the link, I can't. At least we are talking. I meant you were part of this group.
Yes.
And which group is this that is being given life to? Then imagine I'm a human being, I become part of a group. Then I lose my identity in the group. Where is Signoro? We want him to address his nonsense.
Signor. Signor. Che devo che tu dopo che fa signor.
But why do you need to get them, Nine? Why do you need to get them? You are just...
No, I'm not looking for him, Mr. Moire.
Yeah.
I'm not looking for him. No, I'm not looking
He has
for him.
already said what he needs to say. Why do you have to confirm again? So, even Mzingwa, what is it? Mashaba mine, Taura Tizwe. Yeah. So, what does he want Mzingwa? If he knows something, why doesn't he just volunteer? Huh? Now, Kabachunu, Munwabir was. Imagine I step on your tomb, Goma Zibai. Yeah? Do you need someone to help you feel the pain?
Yep.
Yeah?
No, I'll feel the pain straight away.
Yeah, but in this case, Mzingwa is an interested party. I'm aware I have a single auntie. So that's Julia. Things I'm interested in your auntie. Why do people think? Yeah? Why does discussion have to default to sex? Yeah?
Yeah.
Instead of talking to issues, imagine someone joins a conversation and talking about an auntie. So she's saying that Mawere, you're too much on social media. Get the hell out of there. So yeah. But Julia, why do you find yourself on the same platform making comments? Oh, you seem bored. Now it's seeming bored. Now she's my doctor of bore. What do you call it? The guardian of boredom. And now imagine Julia comes here just to tell you that you seem to be bored. What about Julia? Do you know what she seemed to be? She seemed to be working on my wagon.
She's not jumping into your wagon now.
Yeah. And as if I must pull it for you. I must pull it for you. Mzingwa says it's a.
Hi Julia, how are you, Julia?
Mzingwa says it's open to attack people.
Mzingwa, gather your facts. Bring your facts, my brother.
Oh, Julia is a psychologist.
Right.
On social media.
The psychologist of Goma Simba. The psychologist of Goma Simba. By Facebook.
Oh, by Facebook. Oh, okay. Oh, it says I'm here laughing at least.
The judgment, yeah.
Huh?
I'll go through the judgment. Then tomorrow I'm gonna try to invite Maponga again.
Yeah.
Magarawi.
Yeah, I think that's
right.
But I think yeah. Please tell Julia not to laugh. Oh, this is a Facebook Live psychologist. Why do people go to school? Why do people go to school? Then depart from what they learned.
They leave their surgeries, their office, then they come and do it here.
Some Zingo wants to ask, want to have an exam on my life. Can you imagine? When am I going to have an exam on his life? Huh? Zingwa, let's have a quid pro quo. I examine you, but I don't know who you are. And you want to examine me. Mr. Mawere, say what I said. Why should I repeat what you said? Just speak to what you want to say. If you know something that I don't know, like Maponga, then say so. But don't ask me to talk about what has happened. Listen to Father Mawere only, and he doesn't display any challenging behavior. This is beautiful.
I've got nothing to challenge. I'm learning. I'm learning.
No, they don't want you to learn. They don't want you to learn. They want you to continue. Yeah, they just want you to. And if you said to Kudakwashe, please pay my money, and I've given you way to pay. Imagine Jesus say, "Pay me," but do you know that Jesus had no bank account?
Yes.
So where did the money go to for Christians?
Blessings,
And now Mzingwa says, this is your platform. If it's mine, what are you doing here, Mzingwa? Huh? How can I own?
Chance, I want to answer your questions. My way. 3 hours, I'm not going to question. anondibvunza question obva answer obva aenda akadai pabva pangosvikawo sinyori ndakati handiti ndingeti sinyori zvipedzerani ndakasvika pakurara chikuzva vachitaura vachikotaura chitauro chu.
But imagine Mzingwa says I'm well known by who?
Mzingwa ati can I call in? Mzingwa link Mzingwa anopinda mnara. Mzingwa go to link mnara. Link hapa. Mzingwa there's a link here Mzingwa.
Mzingwa wants to play me, not issues. Then he says, I'm well known by who? I don't want to be known. I'm drinking expensive wine, enjoying the show. That's Julia.
But I do $30 yangu.
Imagine having a Trevor Noah for 30 minutes. Do you think it's $30?
I know she'll pay.
Yeah? No, she doesn't want to give up wine to pay a membership.
Yeah, she wants to come and show off on Mercy, but I'm drinking expensive wine. Julia, where's my $30? You're stealing my time. You're stealing my show.
It's called theft of your life. Imagine God gave you life. Someone takes you as a comedian.
But what's the discussion regarding tonight? But what do you want to discuss? What is discussion?
Yeah, but this is imagine you go to the president, what is happening today? When the president is human.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, but imagine that part may actually be in Australia. I was saying to Divine Mafa, why go to America? Huh?
Okay. Why going to America? What was the question?
No, I said he called me today to tell me good news about investment. So I said, what makes you so ambitious to call me and tell me good news for my 2 years? He says, no, I know you can help me. I told you to have a shower and I share, then I'll pay. Imagine, Julia, imagine the world was made there to make it personal. What does your shower have to do with it?
I don't know about $50 like I guess.
But why does it have to? But why does it have to be conditional?
I don't know.
Or he's saying, can you send the link to me personally, direct to him?
Okay, I'll do that, Julia.
No, it's Mzingwa.
Oh, well, link. Okay, I'll do that, Mzingwa. Let me copy
okay, I think we can stop it.
Can you?
Can I?
We begin still the opinion link in that and give a copy no box one.
But then we just give him 5 minutes because Mzingwa, I don't know why. Oh, you know him?
I think our first we give up.
Yeah. Please don't send me anything.
Julia Julia,
who is Julia?
Julia is a good friend of mine. UK.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
a good friend.
is she actually in the UK?
Yeah, she's in the UK.
Well, so you go that far to leave your brains in Zimbabwe?
This pattern, my pattern, we link up with this phone 2020, we are generation 2020 digital. He's my digital friend.
No, I'm saying, why go to the UK and be afraid? Why fly so far? Yeah. Is Julia a real person or some?
Yeah, a real person.
Are you sure?
Yeah, 100% sure. We have done something together.
Okay. It says what she'll pay $50 after you have washed.
Yeah, so one day I'm going to open a camera. Maybe this afternoon I'll open a camera. Say shower time for Julia. They should take me to shower.
But and if you die today, what happens?
If I did it, that means that Pana Maria, I'm going to quit changu.
Huh?
I'm going to quit changu.
Or is that imagine you go to the UK and talk like that? Huh?
That guy actually paid the guy who's Baba. I said that to her before Najib. The Baba is to here. Mr. Oh, he's gone.
I said,
the lawyer.
So lawyer is gone, I think. Because hey, that is expensive there.
Yeah, data challenges.
Yeah.
No, that is expensive everywhere, Dana. That is expensive everywhere. For them, they can't afford it. Yeah, affordability.
Okay. Mudzingwa says, Mawere, I grew up looking up to you. I wish I was looking down on you, then we could see each other. Unfortunately, yeah. But why do someone while he's looking up to me, I'm just looking where I'm going. Mudzingwa is in the UK.
Oh, Mudzingwa UK. Okay, that's good. Now link in Mudzingwa. There's the link here. Just press it. It'll take you in. Beautiful. But you guys go for it. What's going on this link here?
Is he a friend? Is he your friend on Facebook?
Yeah, it's my friend on Facebook. Mudzingwa Gwale. But this link on where's the link? Let's see. Mudzingwa Gwale. Okay, I'll go to his inbox.
Inbox, yeah.
I'll put the link here. Okay. Mudzingwa Gwala. Mudzingwa Gwala. Inbox Mudzingwa, can you inbox me? I'm going to inbox one. Mudzingwa, can you inbox me? But then I'll give you the link.
I don't mean I want to see him shower. I just want him to be clean. Ah, okay. So you are dirty. They want to see you clean up. So what is that? What is the link between your being clean and paying?
She's saying, Masimba, you're dirty. I can't pay my money to a dirty. Kubenzi. I want to pay my money one with a bow.
Have you ever seen a bank account that is dirty?
A bank account, just a bank account.
Yeah.
I wouldn't tell him Mariango.
I mean,
I wouldn't tell him Mariango.
Just imagine blackmail was the order. Then no, nothing will be done. So I'm not in your friends, SMM. Yeah. So Mudzingwa is not your friend.
Yeah, he's not my friend. Yeah, he's a Facebook page.
Okay. So Mudzingwa is a real person.
Yes. I can see the person is replying, so that means.
But Julia just giving up.
Okay, that's good.
Just giving up a lunch creates all this commotion of washing and dirty. Huh? Is Julia a real person?
Mzima, can you please inbox me? Inbox me, Mzima. Just inbox me. Julia, a real person there.
Yeah. Which one?
Okay.
So.
Hey, what time is it? It's a Saturday night, right?
Yeah.
I still was there on a date night. It's a Sunday morning. Oh my God. The rules about dates.
So how is the hotel? Is it an apartment or what?
And I feel like my backpackers.
Okay.
Like those who visit Australia.
Okay.
Like a short accommodation.
Okay.
I don't like it because of COVID. This room is meant for 4 people. So I'm doing the government.
Okay.
So in a room, so I've got my own shower. Then we just share the kitchen. But it's a nice place. Very beautiful place.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful place.
And yes, I'm real. Yeah. You're not serious? Okay. Where is she from?
Tamara.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, Tamara.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what happened to the Aborigine?
Otherwise I was gonna go down too. My intention was looking for someone to smooth it is.
Yeah.
Yes, he's also on the ground. I'm also on the ground. So we all need help.
So love could be. All right, this one. Let's hear it and then yeah, okay. Hello.
Yes, Simba.
There's someone who joined as DT.
Hello, hola.
He's gone. Okay, I think let's go. Let's I'm tired, yeah.
How was your Sunday?
No, it's Saturday.
Oh, Sunday night when you
yeah,
tomorrow Sunday, right? Are you going to church tomorrow?
Yeah, no, we pray on virtually.
Oh, you're Catholic, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh. Yeah.
Maybe next time.
Yeah.
I'll go through that judgment and
yeah.
I'll engage in a